Today we are going to discuss Savarkar's role in the assassination of Gandhi. Savarkar was put on trial along with others, and there was an approver who gave the evidence of Savarkar's role, but at that time there was no independent verification of what the approver said. So the court did not convict him along with others. So that was how Savarkar was not convicted. But later day evidence, the evidence that came after Savarkar's death, showed that Savarkar was very much involved in the planning and in the execution, and the killers of Gandhi were in regular touch with Savarkar. So now let us review the chronology. Gandhi was killed on January 30th, 1948. That was second attempt on Gandhi's life. The second one and the successful one. But before 30th, there was one attempt. That was on 20th January. That was an unsuccessful attempt. And when that unsuccessful attempt was made on 20th, or after that attempt, one by name Madan Lal, who was involved in it, was arrested. And it was he who told the police who were all involved in the plot. On 20th, police got to know that Savarkar and his group was involved. And then they tried to find, but they couldn't. And the same people attempted on 30th, and this time they were successful. And after that, Godse was arrested, and along with Godse, others also. And there was one man by name Digambar Bajje, who was involved in this planning, who was involved in attempt on 20th and the attempt on 30th, who became an approver. So it was Digambar Bajje who gave an account of what happened. According to Bajje, Godse and Narayan Apte, along with himself, Bajje, went to Savarkar's Sadan, that was house where Savarkar was living in Mumbai, on January 14th. And Apte was carrying the material that was expected to be used on 20th. Barje said that Godse and Apte went inside, whereas Barje was kept outside. So Godse and Apte went and met Savarkar and came back. And according to Barje, these three people went again on 17th to meet him. And Barje said he heard Savarkar telling Godse that be successful and come back. And while coming back, Apte told Barje that Savarkar predicted that Gandhiji's 100 years were over and the mission would be successful. So, in a nutshell, Barje said these two, Narayan Apte and Godse, met Savarkar on 14th and 17th, and Savarkar wished them, and the task was about Gandhi's assassination. And that failed. So, according to him, Savarkar was very much involved. So it was on these issues Savarkar was questioned. Savarkar, of course, denied any involvement in the murder. He said they didn't meet him at all. He said Barje or Apte and Godse didn't meet him on those days of January or anywhere near. He didn't meet. And then he went about saying that even if they came to Savarkar Sadan, how can Barje say that they came to meet me? They could have come to meet other tenants. And even if they met me, how can they say that I discussed the assassination plan? And even if I discussed something, even if I accompanied them, even if I said be successful and come back, how can it be inferred that success refers to killing Gandhi? Of course, it is very difficult to say what they have proved, what they discussed, and what be successful and come back means. But then Savarkar said categorically that these people did not meet him on those days of January or anywhere near. So Justice Charan was investigating this case, and he found Barje's evidence, his account was very, very truthful, consistent. But then he couldn't find any independent corroboration of Barje's account. There was evidence to show that Godse and Apte went near Savarkar Sadan and even inside, but there was no evidence to say that they met actually Savarkar. So justice left Savarkar. Though he believed that there was a strong case against Savarkar. So very narrowly Savarkar escaped. But how do we know now that Savarkar was involved? There was an investigation afterwards. In 1969, Jivan Lal Kapoor Commission was constituted to look into Gandhi's assassination once again. This time it was not to punish anybody but to unravel the truth. But why was this commission constituted in 1969? The context was in 1964, Gopal Godse was released. And one function was arranged, and in that function, Tilak's grandson had said that he knew about Godse's plan to kill Gandhi. So it was a huge commotion. And then the government decided to find out who are all knowing the plot. So that was the context of constituting the commission. And commission examined the previous evidence and the new evidence, and more importantly, two close associates came forward to tell the commission what happened those days. Savarkar's bodyguard was one among them, and Savarkar's secretary was one among them. And then there was some more evidence given by the police commissioner. Savarkar's bodyguard and secretary said that Narayan Apte and Godse came twice before 20th, and then once again before 30th and after 20th, that is after the failed attempt. And then they also said Madan Lal and Karkare also came in January before Godse and Apte came to meet him. So what all it means is that what Godse was saying was true. So the independent corroboration that justice did not have in 1948, Jivan Lal had in 1969. So Jivan Lal came to the conclusion that the people who were involved in plotting Gandhi's assassination were in close touch with Savarkar, meeting him regularly, discussing things with him, and surely they had Savarkar's blessings. So Jivan Lal report says that Savarkar knew all these things and he was behind this. And by then, of course, Savarkar died. He died in 66. That is 3 years after Savarkar's death. There was clear evidence of his role in Gandhi's assassination. In fact, it was Patel who said in 1948 itself that everything was planned by Savarkar's followers, and with his active role. So what Sardar Patel said in 1948 turned out to be true with elaborate evidence in 1969. So Savarkar was the most important person involved in this. So this has implications to the modern or in a contemporary context.